In addition to the 12 alumni and friends that we honor tonight with achievement awards, we will begin with an outstanding volunteer who has generously given countless hours of his time and talent to the university. Alumni volunteers are an integral part of the success of so many programs, providing added value with their enthusiasm, school spirit, and wisdom. Volunteers act as mentors to students and young alumni. They serve on Alumni Association Board of Directors, support UB athletics, and MC events. This year's recipient, Paul Hammer, has done all that and more, and we are pleased to acknowledge all that he does with the Volunteer Recognition Award. Paul?
I like to believe that things happen for a reason, fate, if you will. And the University of Buffalo has certainly had a major impact on my life, and one of the reasons I volunteer and enjoy volunteering. I also like to have lots and lots and lots of fun. I called governor's residence home while attending UB, and we were known to have a dorm party or two way back in 1976. And fate would show up early in my career at UB on one particular dorm party. See, one party turned magical when I met someone very special at one of those parties. That person helped me take fun to a new level. This August, we will celebrate 36 years of fun. And we are having fun, right there, out there somewhere. Now, we still come back to the campus for these parties. They just go by a different name. We now call them the President's Gala, football tailgate, and scholarship dinner, and things are certainly different. We are usually heading home when we used to be heading out, and the things like dancing on tables and Jell-O shots, well, I'm not sure that ever occurred. And then how about follow UB and see this country? Every year, a bunch of good friends, we pile into a van, and we go to an away football game. We've been to Penn State, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, UConn. Last year was Ohio State, and that was oh sweet. And where are we going this year? Army! There you go. That was the audience participation part. Yes, we're going to Army in West Point, and how special that will be. And the reason why we're going there, UB is taking us there. Without UB going there, we don't make the trip. So UB is helping us get out, see this country, see new places, and have a lot of fun. And one of those road trips, September 6th, back in 2008, fate again showed up. Heinz Field, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we were in the tailgate, and it was so crowded, you couldn't move. And I saw a gentleman in a blue UB shirt and the clipboard, and I'm like, well, maybe he's taking drink orders because you couldn't get near the bar. So I walked up to him and I said, hi, I'm Paul Hammer. Well, this big doo-doo eating grin came across his face, and he repeated my name, Paul Hammer. And I said, I know that name, that voice, but I don't recognize the face. Now, you got to remember, I've been gone from UB for 30 years, and this person was a suite mate from 30 years ago. We've had no contact whatsoever. We didn't recognize each other, but we did recognize our voices thanks to name tags. We reconnected, and he happened to be president of the Alumni Association at that time. And he encouraged me to take a look at the Alumni Association, and all he had to say was that they have fun. And I said, sign me up. For those of you who are interested, that guy's name was Mark Adler. So by joining the University of Buffalo, my eyes got opened up to all the different activities run by the alumni office. We're talking about things like hump day hangouts, UB downtown, UB at noon, parent orientation, freshman move-in day, and many, many others. And of course, when you get a chance to volunteer for these, they're a whole lot of fun, and they're so well run. And I'm going to pause here for a second and give credit to the Office of Alumni Relations. You do a fantastic job. Your time and talents make these events happen, but your energy and passion make them successful. And I want to thank you very much. You make volunteering fun and easy. Thank you. Now, I sometimes wonder, if I didn't volunteer, what would I be doing? Sitting home watching The Walking Dead? If I understand that, it's a TV series about zombies, fake zombies. Well, if I want to know about zombies, I think I want to know about the real zombies. And for real zombies, I come right back here to the University of Buffalo. They have real zombies here. And what I'm referring to is the College of Arts and Science Scholars on the Road lecture series. And the very first presentation was by Dr. David Castillo on why zombies, why now, and he made his presentation to a sold-out audience. This week, I've had a very busy week with UB events. It started on Wednesday night with the speaker series with Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and it was also a Thursday morning meeting with UB Athletics, and certainly the dinner last night at President Tripathi's home with all the other honorees, and how sweet and wonderful that was. This morning, Tom MacArthur from the College of Arts and Sciences was able to put together a breakfast roundtable with a number of students from the College of Arts and Sciences. We had a special UB downtown presentation today. We have this program tonight, and of course the reception. I guess thinking about all that, you could just say, I'm full of bull. So why do I volunteer? I was an undeclared major when I arrived in campus back in 1976. And similar to what we have today, Career Conversations, back then they had something called Majors Day or something along those lines where community members came on the campus and spoke to you about careers that you might be interested in. And one fellow that came up to the microphone was a banker. And I know these words like he spoke to them to me yesterday. He said, if you know how to manage money, you may not get rich, but you will never be poor. Those words hit me like a brick right between the eyes. You see, I grew up on the poor side of the tracks. And the simple fact of saying to myself, the rich part didn't interest me, but just the idea that I didn't have to be poor and I could cross those tracks made a whole lot of sense to me. I enrolled in economics that afternoon. And that's why I volunteer. Someone years ago gave up some of their time to just speak some words of wisdom, and for me, it made a world of difference and set me on the path that I enjoy today. So now it's my turn to pay it forward. If I can volunteer and say something to someone that might affect their life in a positive way, or give them some encouragement, or just give them some guidance, then that's all well worth it. And the psychic income that I get from being involved and talking to students in different activities far outweighs the time that I spend here on campus. There's a saying that I will share with you that kind of summarizes my attitude towards volunteering. 100 years from now, it won't matter about the car I drive, what kind of house I lived in, or how much money I had in the bank. But the world may be a little better because I said something important in the life of a UB student. Those of you who know that know I changed the last line a little bit. Now, every so often I hear family members and friends, when you get to be a certain age, that they're thinking of slowing down, cutting back. I even hear that word retire. Well, that puts the golly gee willikers into me, retire. That word retire is way too close to expire. And I've got way too many things that I need to do on my bucket list to think about slowing down. But I do have days when I feel like I'm knee-deep in the mud, going nowhere fast, and running on fumes. And when I find myself in that situation, I'm reminding of another favorite saying I have that goes like this. When the sun comes up on the African plain, the lion awakes. The lion knows it must run faster than the slowest gazelle, or it will starve and perish. Likewise, when the sun comes up on the African plain, the gazelle awakes. The gazelle knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it's going to be lunch. Now, it really doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle, but when the sun comes up, you'd better be running. I don't know what fate has in store for me next week, next month, next year. I do know if I have a say in it, the University of Buffalo will play a very big part. It will be rewarding, and it will be fun. One thing I do know for certain, and that's about tomorrow. Tomorrow, when the sun comes up, I'll be running. Thank you very much.